I'm Kendra.
I'm Heather.
And welcome to Matchmakers and Makeup.
Woo!
So tonight we are going to do a little bit of a, what did you call it?
We're going to do
a
dating faux pas.
A dating faux pas.
Dating faux pas.
So we're going to tell you just a couple small stories while we actually get ready for a date we both have tonight.
We're super excited to go out. We're going to go have a couple drinks with these dudes that we met.
Yes.
Kendra met a guy,
Yeah.
and then she found me a guy that was his friend.
Yeah, he's best friends with him.
We're besties, it just works out.
It is. It's perfect.
And I won't tell you how Kendra's already got all these plans built in her head, how it's going to work out.
Well, you know. And if not, that's okay too.
That's right, because
Whatever.
we're just going to have fun.
Yeah,
Right?
exactly. But tonight we are going to work on what we call a smoky eye.
It's going to be great.
It's going to be amazing.
Okay, you tell
So
'em.
we are going to use the Milani palette, and the black is going to be our main color on our eyelid here. And I'm going to mix these two, like a rose gold and this darker bronze for my crease, and then the lighter gold for the top.
And then
Heather,
I
are you
think we're
gonna
going
do
to
the
use
same?
this, I am, and we're going to use this Bang Beauty Snow, because this is
Yes.
fire, like right here in our
Yes.
tear ducts.
It's going to look amazing.
Yes, I'm stoked. Okay, and Kendra's
Yes.
going to go first with her story.
Oh, but wait, I'm going to use the
Oh,
skinny
okay.
pencil again. The same one I used the other day. It's the Maybelline Master Precise Skinny Eyeliner.
I'm actually using Laura Geller blush. Go for it, girl.
Yeah, well, I have blush on, whatever. So anyway, a couple months after I had ended my engagement, I got a message from this guy that I knew back when I was in high school. And believe me, this was like anywhere from 14 to 20 years ago. We're not going to go into how exactly long.
She's really old.
I am really old. And he told me, he's like, you know, I've had a crush on you since back in the day, since, you know, you used to cruise around with your friends on the strip.
that was fun.
Because that's what we used to do before we had cell phones. We cruised around on the strip.
I didn't grow up here. But you know, in Virginia Beach, they used to cruise downtown too. So anyway.
Yeah, see, that's a thing, right?
Okay, it is.
So that's what we did. And he's like, yeah, you know, I always thought you were super beautiful. I just didn't have the guts to talk to you. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that is so sweet.
It is sweet. It is
I like
sweet.
that. Well, anyway, we end up talking for a while. I remember him being kind of shorter, like maybe a little bit shorter than me in high school. I don't really know for sure. But he was super sweet. So I'm like, whatever, it works. And I told my friend about him. My friend actually lives in the same town as him. And she's like, no, Kendra.
See, I had met him before because with my ex, we had gone camping, and he's real close friends with friends of ours. So I knew the gentleman that she's talking about. So yeah, anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, she told me no.
He's nice.
He is really nice, but she told me no. She said that he has pumpkins growing in his yard.
But it's
Like,
fall. But it
No,
wasn't fall back then.
Fall. It was like May or
Yeah,
something,
you're right.
man.
You're right.
And they're like overgrowing his entire yard. And I'm like, okay, well, you know, maybe I can overlook that. We'll see. We'll see what happens here. And so I still keep talking to him even after she tells me that. Then she tells me, well, also, his yard looks like a junkyard because he's got all of these machines that have just gone to his yard to die, and he hasn't fixed any of them. Like, okay, well, that kind of sucks, but still, again, we'll talk to him,
It's
right?
not a deal breaker, right?
No, it wasn't
No.
a deal breaker. So then she's like, well, one more thing. He painted the inside of his house like the Monster drink. It's like lime green and black.
Which
Who
is-
paints their inside of their house lime green and
But
black?
was it in the entire inside, or was it maybe like his boys' room?
I don't even, well, it
because
was
I
like,
could see it being a boys' room.
no, it wasn't just the boys' room. It was like inside somewhere, like main something. I don't know if it was living room or what, but it was main something, Heather.
Okay.
And I don't think that's proper.
No.
Not for being in
No.
your 30s, you know?
No. Was he in it? No, he's
No, he was in his 40s.
yeah, because he's older than you. I was
Yeah.
gonna say he's closer to my age, which is.
Yeah, you just gave your age away there,
I did
buddy.
not. I just thought I was old.
Yeah.
I can tell you, I'm older than Kendra,
Yeah.
but
that's all
younger
she
than
can tell
dirt.
ya. So we beached it up a lot this summer. It was
We
a
did.
blast. So we ended up going to the beach one day, and he messaged me, and he's like, hey, like, what are you doing? Like, I'm at the beach. And I was like, oh my gosh, I am too.
And then so instead of just having the best time ever, we're spending our entire time looking around for him. And she's like ducking down, hiding, and she keeps.
Well, I didn't really. I
She's like
wasn't
having
ready.
me look everywhere for
I wasn't
him.
ready to meet him yet.
Right.
So so we're in the water and we're talking, and Heather's super afraid of snakes, right?
Oh, I forgot about the
Yeah.
snake.
And so
Oh,
we're
Lord,
talking,
okay.
and all of a sudden I grab her arm and I say, quiet. And she goes, Kendra! And I'm like,
I thought for sure it was a snake, and I was panicking. I was ready to cry and jump out and flee. I was ready to flee.
But see, I had spotted
And
it.
I would have left her there. I would have just left her there to die.
Well, anyway, he was there with his kids. I had spotted him.
And she's
And
she's laying flat. And she's like, he's over there, but don't look. And then she's like, but look, is he a midget? I think we look really short. And I was so hard not to laugh and still not look at him, but then see if he's a midget at the same time. And she was panicking.
I was like, and then she's messing with me. She's like, he's looking at you. So I like dropped down into the water.
He wasn't
and I'm
looking.
like army crawling, like down in the sand.
I wish I would have recorded because she was so funny. Oh, that was the best.
So needless to say, we didn't work that one out. We did not pursue that one.
No.
And anyway, we just let that one be. And you know, I hope he really found someone that makes him happy.
It's more his height, I guess. I don't even know how tall he is. But Kendra was very concerned that he was too short.
Well, at that point, he looked like he was about the size of his 10-year-old.
That's not funny, Kendra.
I'm sure he wasn't. He was just a little short. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So anyway, that's all for my story because that's enough right there, right? You know.
It is. I love this Bobbi Brown lipstick, y'all. It is. It's called Black Cherry. And I love
Ooh,
it.
that sounds
especially,
sexy.
Especially if you mix it with this Buxom. So this Buxom, it's called Heather. That's the only reason I ordered it because it's Heather, and you know it's the Buxom that does the lip plumping and all that. But Heather plus Black Cherry equals beautiful sex lipstick. Okay.
Beautiful sex lipstick.
Anyway,
Okay.
so
So tell your story, Heather.
Okay, so this was before I remarried, okay? So I remarried, Lord have mercy, I remarried over 7 years ago.
You're old as shit.
Yeah, right, because my first marriage was 16 years, and then I was divorced for a couple years, and then I remarried 7 years ago. So in that window, I did a little bit of online dating. That's how I met my ex-husband, and my second ex-husband was online dating. Okay, so while I was working, I worked at the bank at that point. This is before I quit and became a daycare chick. Okay, so I had plenty of suitors. Let's just call them suitors. Okay,
Suitors. That's a nice word for it, right?
so there were these gentlemen that would, that would come up to the bank to visit me. Unfortunately, most of them were older, or they were
older for sure. They were way
they
older.
were way older, or they were they just they. I'm trying to think of the nicest way to say it. They just would not have been what I would have chosen for a life partner.
Okay,
Let's
yeah.
just call it that. So anyway, there was this one gentleman in particular who, Lord, he was well into his 60s. I know he got Social Security because I know that because I was a banker, right? So he got Social Security, and his mama had passed away, and he was super he lived with his mom his whole life. Even when he was married, I'm pretty sure he lived with
Oh,
her.
that's weird.
So, and this gentleman,
That's really weird.
well, listen, it gets weirder. So he had a daughter that was my age, maybe a little bit younger at the time, but he raised rabbits just to eat them.
Gross.
Like that's all. And so he would bring snacks up, like treats, to the bank, and he'd be like, "Oh, here, have this." And it was just like rabbit food, like rabbit stew and rabbit this and rabbit that, and it was weird listening to him talk about his pets that he ate. It was strange. So anyway, every now and then, it started slow at first, like once a month, but then it got to the point where it was maybe like weekly. I'd go outside to leave for lunch, and there would be, or at the end of the day or whatever, there would be money and a little love note on my windshield talking about,
Girl.
hey, buy yourself some dinner, buy yourself some new shoes, and money, and a love note. I love you. I can't wait to spend my life with you. And he'd never sign it, but he finally admitted that it was him, which was awkward. And at the bank, I had to turn it all in. I didn't get to keep it, but it probably added up to be several $100s that this man had
you
left
would
me.
think for all of that, for having to endure that awkwardness,
They'd let me keep the money.
yeah,
No.
they should have.
Which it's fine, because I wouldn't have kept it anyway. I would have tried giving it back to him.
True.
It's not
But
like he had a
that's
lot of
some
money.
awkwardness, bro.
It's not like he had a lot of money. He just wanted to give it to me. So, but he would ask me to go on motorcycle rides with him, and he would always try and bring these little gifts in. Well, one day he came up to the bank, and he had this fur coat in hand, and he said,
Okay, I'm sorry.
It was his dead mama's fur coat. Okay, and he'd said, you know, his dead mama's fur coat. And he said that, you know, it had been his mom's favorite, and he really wanted me to wear it. He thought I would look beautiful in it, and
You would have looked beautiful in it.
he insisted that I try it on. And of course, the people I worked with thought it was hilarious. They're encouraged, try it on, Heather, try it on. You know, so I tried it on.
Yeah, she tried it on.
I tried it on, and then while I'm trying it on, he's like, "You have to wear that when we go on our first date."
Oh Lord.
At that point, I like took the coat off, and I'm like, you know, I appreciate the offer, but no, we're not going to be going on a date. It's just not proper. He was very offended. He was hurt. He was very hurt. He didn't come back to the bank for a couple days because he would come up to the bank every day just to talk to me for hours.
Girl.
But yeah, so anyway, that's my story about the man with his dead mama's coat. But he totally, I still see him every now and then. So
Is
even
it
after,
still awkward?
okay, even after I left the bank, he somehow knew where I lived, and he dropped off fresh strawberries at my house one day.
So he didn't give up, really.
No, I've seen him, and I've seen him like at Fairway, and he's always, of course, when I see him, it's like when I don't look great, but he doesn't care. Oh my gosh, he doesn't care. He'll stop what he's doing, and he will track me down in the store, and he'll be like, oh, I can't believe it's you. How have you been? Are you ready to come be with me forever?
Oh no. No.
Yeah.
Girl, no. I mean, older's not a problem.
But that's a
dead
lot
mama's
older.
fur coat.
Honey, that's a lot older. He's older than my father.
Well, I just had a grandpa ask me out.
I forgot
He
about
was
that.
like 60.
But you thought he was 50-something, didn't
Yeah,
you?
I mean, he looked okay. But we didn't go there.
So she says, right?
That's right. Anyway.
Well, anyway, so that's our cute little stories for this time, right?
Yes.
And-
And our little look for tonight, because we gotta hurry up.
Yeah, and I'm nowhere near done, but I promise you, I
She
will
has
be.
to hurry.
I will be hot by the time this is said and done, and we'll
will.
post a picture. How about that?
Yeah. Maybe our thumbnail picture or something for this.
Maybe we could post
And maybe
it with
we'll
our
put it
dates.
in the comments.
We won't post it with
Ooh,
our
maybe.
Maybe.
Maybe. But if they turn out to be shitty dates, we'll just black their eyes out. Like a little, like, you don't know who that is.
Right. Yes. Anyway, but we got to go because we don't want to be late, and I think one of them just messaged us. We're so excited.
Okay, we should hurry.
Okay.
Anyway, good vibes, good makeup, and,
And
good
good
dates.
dates. Bye.